the PS5 as an introductory topic.
Oh yeah, baby.
How do you guys feel about going to a
Wait.
new generation?
Personally,
I feel old.
I think the Xbox is really gonna take the win this year.
You're only saying that because you're green.
Are you serious? Are you actually serious?
No,
Okay. I was confused.
I was actually.
Oh, there we go.
My first analysis was gonna be a just a look back on the PS4 and that generation as a whole.
Oh hell yeah!
That's a good analysis.
So looking to I've heard a lot of people say that they were just like not ready, not ready for the PS5, but so many people are just, especially as of like 2018, is where the PS4 really like lit on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like God of War, Spider-Man, RDR, all that. So like I hear a lot of people say like it's maybe another year, you know?
Frankly,
Well, I think
got
the pandemic doesn't help in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it kind of does, if anything, because it speeds up how many games people get to play on the PS4 before the PS5 comes out.
Well, I mean, like, just the transition. I don't think it's going to help the transition very well.
That's fair.
But they are backwards compatible, so I think
Oh, that's amazing.
That smooths it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
the last time that a console was actually for the PlayStations was the launch PS3, and that was a nightmare.
Because that lit on
Yeah.
fire.
I used to have one.
Always wanted one.
Well, Spike, you bought one at a
Yeah, I bought one at a pawn shop that didn't work.
yeah. Oof.
That sucked. But I mean, it's funny because Sony kind of started backwards compatibility with the PS2,
Yep.
Yep.
and then they kind of just dropped it.
And then Xbox, fucking.
So
Look it
can
over.
an Xbox Series X play original
Yes, it
Xbox
can.
games?
Yes.
That to
All-
me
But,
is
like-
crazy.
All Xbox games.
But like,
That's
it's not.
insane.
It's in the way that because you're not when you put the disc in the Xbox. Like if you put an original Xbox sticks in the Xbox One, you're not actually playing it from the disc. What it is it's basically just like an activation key. So it goes search if the game's available on the Xbox store. Download like that kind of enhanced version.
So, out of everyone here, Glitch, you won't
Yes.
be getting a PS5 at launch or bought one near launch, right?
I will
You're
not.
gonna
I
wait
don't
a little
have.
bit.
Yeah. So first and foremost, as I mentioned, I very recently got my first PS4, so I think that it makes sense to give it some time and also
Yeah.
money.
Mm-hmm.
As you all know, the PS5 is fucking expensive.
Especially where we live.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Being in Canada, it's with taxes, it comes up to close to $700,
$720.
$720,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's just that's quite a bit to pay. That's fucking rent money.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it was kind of effed up is that's the best we hoped for.
That's true, isn't it?
Well, yeah, coming up into new generations where games are now going to be $90 a pop. Like
That's
the PS5 wasn't going to be cheap.
Mm.
And it's only selective games that are $90.
Well, it's sort of a war between, like, Ubisoft is keeping it at $80 Canadian,
Yeah.
$60 American, and then you have other companies that are like,
Sony's very flip-floppy.
yeah,
So they said Dark Souls, they're trying it, but Sackboy is 80.
Demon Souls.
Demon Souls, bleh.
but Demon Souls also, out of any game I've seen, looks like a next-gen game. No other
Yeah,
game
it
I've
looks
seen looks like a
crazy.
PS5 game or an Xbox Series X game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Ratchet. I think Ratchet
Miles?
looks pretty cool.
Yes, but Ratchet's not coming out yet.
Yeah.
What about
Launch
Miles?
window, I'm gonna assume like
Miles
April.
doesn't actually look like a next-gen game to me, honestly.
Really?
It looks like a
Some
beefed up
particles, though.
this generation game. Yeah, the particles and the lightning, but like it can still run on PS4 fine, apparently.
That's
I feel
true.
like it's something that we're only gonna really see once we're swinging through the city. I feel
Probably.
like that's gonna really sell us for
and,
it.
you
That's a
know
big
what?
part of it. Not only that, but you also have the controllers of the PS5, which is going to be, it's
Yeah.
really probably going to enhance gameplay. I mean,
Yeah.
the triggers and everything, swinging will feel different.
I do wonder what the DualSense is actually like. JBX, you saw a photo of a guy in Japan?
That was Sam.
That was-
Spike.
Oh no, my cover's blown.
Uh,
Yeah, it was a guy. It wasn't the DualSense. It was just the PS5 itself, which is a beefy motherfucker.
mhm.
He is huge.
Yeah, I can't believe how big it is.
That's what she said.
um,
I like it though. I think it looks really nice.
but yeah, doesn't it tower over the PS4?
It's the largest console in history.
How
Yeah.
is it larger than the PS3 launch? I don't.
It's also a thick boy.
Yeah.
What bothers
wasn't
me
the
a little bit,
Mhm.
sorry, go on, finish your thought, JH.
No, that's fine.
So, what kind of bugs me about that is that it's practically the size of a PC,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know? And the thing about consoles, which was so like convenient about it, was it's just like the fact that it was condensed, the fact that it was portable. Like I could fucking take my Xbox or PlayStation, shove it in a bag, take it somewhere with like a couple
Yeah.
of cables, and then play it somewhere else, you know? But it's getting to that point where it would become a staple in your household the way that a PC would.
Well, the Series X doesn't look too big. Neither
The
does
Series
the
X is not as big as the
The Series
5.
S is like.
Yeah.
Series X is.
They said. Well, I read that the reason that the PS5 is so big is because of cooling.
Which
Makes
is-
sense.
Fair,
It's-
because the PS4's cooling was god awful.
Yeah.
Jet engine. Like if you see JBX's background for a second, all those like the insides where you see that blue hue, those
Yeah.
are all fans.
Basically
lining
in the
up.
middle.
Yeah, basically the whole
Jeez.
middle's a fan.
Wow.
Which is if you see on the Xbox Series X, the Xbox One had this too, where there's like little dots on the top.
Yeah.
Those are fans.
So in that case, is it possible that PS5 is going to try to quickly, as technology advances within the next year or two, make a condensed version of the PS5?
For
I think a
sure.
Slim's inevitable.
hmm
A Slim is coming in 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah.
Although I think I read an interview with Jim Ryan, the head of system developments or whatever, that he didn't actually. Apparently, the performance of the PS4 Slim was underwhelming in terms of sales.
Really.
So he's not like.
But the PS4 wasn't that ridiculous. And
So
the
PS
Slim wasn't that much smaller.
It's not smaller.
It's
I
not?
don't think it's smaller at all. I think it just has a terabyte and better cooling.
So, well, there.
And I think that's what screwed them up.
Because, like, the PS5 is fucking huge.
The PS4 Pro did have a lot of sales, though.
The Pro did well because the Pro came at a time where just the word 4K made everyone go like,
Mhm.
yes.
That's true. That's true.
And then PS5's like, hold my beer. Here's the 8K.
8.
Yeah. Oh my God. In
And
that respect, but in that respect, though, if they're starting with 8K, that kind of makes sense for why people might get Slims in the future, especially if it's going to be a little bit cheaper, have a little bit less space.
And more terabytes.
Yeah.
yeah, storage is going to be a problem.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
can any of us actually afford the SSD storage in the future?
So I'm going to say that's highly up in the air at the moment. I think the way Sony's doing it is much better than Xbox.
Yeah.
Because Xbox is saying you could only buy these memory chips for
And they're expensive,
250
too.
American.
Yeah.
And the SSDs for the external SSDs for PlayStation are going to come in like, I want to say the end of this year, sometime in next year, because it's a very specific speed that the external SSDs need to be. But the fact
Really?
that any company can make them gives me a lot of hope.
As but doesn't Sony have the best SSD on the market right now, or am I just spitballing?
Their custom SSD for the PS5, yes.
Huh.
And I'm sure they're outsourcing that information to like Samsung and Seagate. Like, hey, Seagate, if you want to make some, external SSDs for us.
And that's one thing that the PS5 has over the Xbox.
Yeah.
I know we brought this up before, but the controller. Xbox doesn't have any of those controller features.
No.
Which
no,
confuses me because I thought they were all about that super duper controller, like that elite controller that they have on the market.
They had something. The Xbox One had like vibrators in the triggers.
Ooh.
Something like that.
But what does that do?
Just makes the triggers vibrate.
I have an Xbox One controller. It doesn't vibrate in the triggers.
It's the Pro Xbox One controller.
Oh, okay.
Like the same way that PlayStation didn't do that. They didn't make like but Xbox made like enhanced controllers.
Yeah. The PlayStation 4 just got like a second edition controller. They just like changed the thumbsticks.
Oh, show it again, Jack.
Yeah.
JBX.
Oh yeah, you have the Elite.
So how's that trigger vibration?
I could change the I guess like the I can make it clicky, the triggers, and I can make it like sort of longer, like a press. There's also like hotkeys here, which I don't have in, but also take out some things.
That ain't bad. So with the new generation, Xbox isn't going to be doing that with their controllers?
So here's the thing. No, there's like a new button on the Series X controller that I think is like for sharing or something.
Yeah.
To compromise. Well, not to compromise, to like every Xbox One controller will work with the new Series X games.
Okay.
As opposed to the PS5 where you could only use your PlayStation 4 controller for PlayStation 4 games.
Right.
Because old PS5 games are going to take advantage of the DualSense's features.
Yeah.
And they don't want to like deprive you of that experience.
Although theoretically then Xbox may be planning to release an Elite controller for the Xbox X Series.
Oh, I think that's coming. That's definitely coming.
Okay, well, our time is almost up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, already. So, final thoughts on introduction / next gen talk.
You could look forward to my analysis soon.
Of the PS4 generation?
Sam, it's pronounced analysis.
Hate you. I'm looking forward to it. How many of us have managed to snag a pre-order?
I did. You did. Jack? JBX?
I think I have one secured, but I don't think on launch. So I have to find out what's going on.
So 3 out of 4 of us. But I don't think any of us are getting it on launch day. Maybe
I'm going to guess
for
at least 3 days max.
Yeah. I think you'll be getting it soon.
They're not delaying it in Canada. I know in the States, Amazon sent out a thing saying your order might get delayed by like a week. That didn't happen in Canada.
Okay. Well, this has been a great introduction, I think.
Yes.
Okay.